up there, boys and girls? This is the Chris and Mike Show. We have a boxing Hall of Fame legend, Coach Harold, with us on today. Super excited about that because Mike and I are huge boxing fans, and we've had a boxer on the show, and Harold just happens to be his coach, so it's kind of full circle, right? Hello?
Hello?
Did you hear any of that, Harold?
Are you talking about jig?
Yeah, I was just making sure you heard what I was saying because I said hello and it was just everybody was quiet.
Okay. I don't actually coach jig. He
Okay.
has another coach that works with him.
Oh,
Sometimes
gotcha.
it's in my club,
Okay.
but not often these days.
Gotcha. But you know Jig, which is kind of cool, right? And Ash.
Yes. I've been in Jig's corner on 2 occasions.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's way awesome. So you've been coaching. We talked. You and I were chatting before we jumped on the show. You've been coaching since 1964, I believe you said.
69.
69. Right on. And so, were you a boxer previous to that, or you just got into the coaching game?
1964 to 1970 in New York City.
Okay.
Wow.
Right on. So, how many fights did you have?
I had 25 fights,
Okay. And what's your record?
21-4 with
Really?
six
Wow.
Cool.
stoppages.
Wow.
By stoppages, mean you knocked them on their butts?
Or the referee stopped them when they were
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. When Harold was bringing what was your nickname? Harold what?
No nickname at that time.
No, just Harold.
Yes.
That's cool. So take us through a typical workout when you have a boxer in your gym. What are you doing with them? What's kind of like the routine there? How do you start things off, and the length of time you work and all that stuff? Because it blew our mind when we talked to Jig about how much he works out and how much he trains, and it's kind of like just the behind the scenes of a boxer. So I think Mike and I would both love to know the behind the scenes from a boxing coach standpoint.
When I first start to work with a boxer in the ring, the first thing I do is the stance, how
Right.
he holds his body in space, where his hands are, where his legs should be, where his shoulders should be, how his knees should be. And I'm an advocate of what I call the skinny stance, which
Okay.
means the boxer, be he a right-handed or a left-handed, hides the middle of his body as best he can. And that's how I position the boxer in the ring so that his left shoulder, if he's a right-hander, is kind of uh, almost directly facing his opponent, and his right shoulder is in back of his left shoulder. My bad. His right
Yeah.
shoulder is back to the left shoulder, so
Okay.
that the opposing boxer has very limited access to the middle of his body.
So like this.
That looks pretty good, yes.
Woo!
Yeah, that makes sense. Good
Except
job.
the left
I'm a
hand,
professional now.
except the left hand, I like
Uh-huh.
right underneath the left eye, higher,
Oh,
higher.
like that.
Yeah. Turn your
Okay.
fist to the left, the other way.
Your other left.
That's it.
There you go.
Okay.
And the right hand, I like eye level, actually touching the face on the side of the eye, on the side. Yes, that's
Oh.
what I've done all these years when I first worked with a boxer.
All right. So if I get in a street fight, I just do this, and then
I
I start jabbing, and then I
avoid
start jabbing, right?
way out of it. Talk your way out of it.
Well, of course. Talk about
That's my
absolutely.
strategy too, Harold.
Yeah. Yeah. Never come to blows unless you just have no choice, right? So you start working with a boxer, you get his stance, basically the fundamentals like everything else, right? You got to have fundamentals for sure.
All right.
Are you hearing that weird sound, Mike? Is that me?
Yes.
It's me?
You have an echo.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Are you on the right internet?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know it was me. That's why I was like, that's weird. Because every time I say something, I hear so sorry about that, people. Technical
No,
difficulties.
it's all good.
So you start with the fundamentals, which is obviously key with any type of sport, right? So how long does it take for you to ingrain that into the new boxer's mindset of this is how you stand, this is how you position yourself? Is it a couple days? Is it a couple months?
Well, every boxer is different, like every human is different. So some
Right.
internalize it immediately, and some you keep on having to emphasize it.
Okay. How long does it take for you to, once you start training a fighter, to actually start sparring with somebody? So like live action.
Again, everything is unique to
Okay.
the individual. So sometimes they get it and they may be ready to spar within a month and a half or 2 months. There's no rush. I emphasize to them that there's no rush in this. I want to get you ready for the combative situation. And some it takes quite a few months. They're maybe mentally slower or have some other issue going on. There's some situations that is not often talked about where the particular individual grew up in an authoritarian household where they have issues with listening to a male voice. I found that sometimes. So I have to take that into account that, look, I'm not your daddy. I'm not your grandfather, coach, and I didn't perpetrate any mean things upon you when you were growing up. Okay.
Right.
So you have to kind of be a psychologist as well.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you only train professional fighters or amateurs or?
Both.
Okay.
And the really rewarding thing is when you start with an amateur and he progresses to be a professional. It's not your everyday situation.
Right.
Sometimes a coach just trains an amateur and then they go elsewhere for the professional career, or the opposite. Sometimes a professional trainer happens upon an amateur and you didn't do his amateur training.
Have you had any amateur fighters that
So
you've
do you
coached
prefer
turn
to
pro?
take them from an?
Yes, I had one notably who fought for the world title, who
Ooh.
only had 3 amateur fights
Wow.
before he turned pro,
Okay.
went on to one of the most famous shows in history, namely the fight in which Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. That
Yeah.
gentleman that I just referred to, who only had 3 amateur fights,
Right.
he fought on pay-per-view right after the Mike Tyson bite fight incident. My guy
Gotcha.
fought for the WBO middleweight championship, the world that night. Talking about
Nice.
1997.
Right on. And how'd he do?
Oh yeah, I remember that fight.
Well, he had a weight issue. He had to lose weight in a short amount of time. We got the notice of his fight about 2 weeks before the fight, but we couldn't turn it down. It's an amazing opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So he got stopped in the 8th round by the world champion, who was 25-0-1 at the time. And I think, given the circumstances, he did great.
That's awesome.
Right. How did he continue his boxing career?
I'm sorry?
Did he continue his boxing career?
Yes, he continued his boxing career after that, yes. No more world title shots, however.
Have you kept track of how many people you've trained in your career?
I've often been asked that question, and I can only say that in terms of the boxing club in general, thousands of people have walked through the doors of my different locations in Sarasota since I started doing it. But how many people I've actually trained myself, I would say hundreds and hundreds would be the best answer, because I've been doing it, like I say, since 1969, and I started in New York and then New Jersey, and then Florida.
That's where you're currently at, is in Florida.
Yes.
What's the name of your gym down there?
Sarasota Boxing Club.
Awesome.
Chris, I'm getting something that says reconnecting, and it's on Chris's screen.
Yeah, he froze up on us.
Oh, okay.
There he is again. Now we have two Chris's.
Dude, I promise I have the right internet going on. I don't know why mine's being difficult today.
So what was just spoken, it was lost during that time?
No, we're still there.
Oh, I mean, during the time a few minutes ago.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
He just didn't hear what you and I were talking about.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah. Every now and then there's technical issues on our side, Harold, so it's all good.
Yes.
We're connecting between Illinois, Florida, and Arizona right now. So it's amazing this even works.
Yeah, and today it's on my side, Harold. It's not you at all. For some reason, my side's just being a pain in the butt.
One of my pros is from Arizona.
Oh, right on.
Superior.
Okay.
We know where that's at.
Yeah.
Yes,
You remember Michael Carbajal?
I do.
Yeah, we're trying to get him on the show. He's local, and I've been going back and forth with his. I forget her. His what does he call her? He's not a promoter, like his liaison to get stuff on. So he's all excited about it because he follows me and I follow him back on social media. And I was like, hey, you want to come on our show? He's like, absolutely. Talk to this person. We'll set it up. So still waiting. Michael, come on, buddy.
So you said you were in the Boxing Hall of Fame, correct?
I didn't say it, but I am.
Ash did it. Ash told me that.
Oh, Ash told us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that as a coach or as a fighter or both?
As a trainer, yes.
Cool.
Okay.
I got in 2015.
How many boxers have you trained over the years? Do you have any idea?
That's what we talked about while you were
Oh,
gone.
dang it. Sorry.
Hundreds and hundreds, he
Okay.
says.
Hundreds and hundreds.
Hundreds and hundreds, yes.
Okay.
And two of my boxers have also been inducted into the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame
As fighters?
as fighters. The
Man,
gentleman
that's huge.
that fought right after the Mike Tyson Holyfield ear biting incident,
Right.
he got 2018.
Cool.
And a female that won the world title in 2007 got in this past June.
That's really cool.
She won the world title, and then she retired as the #1 female heavyweight in the world when she had her last fight in 2020.
Wow.
That's the way to go, right? Win the whole damn thing and retire. Call it a day.
Yes.
For some anyway, Some
As
like
you
that
probably know, boxers have a terrible track record of extending their careers past when they should, and some pay for it badly with
Right.
their brain. And very few instances when somebody first retired and comes back do they do well.
Yeah.
They need to stay retired, but the ego and or the money is such that they can't quit.
I could see that. So with what you do and so you have this just amazing knowledge of fighters and boxers because obviously you're a trainer and we're a boxer, et cetera. So I'm going to throw some names at you and I want you to kind of give me like a 30-second spiel of what you think. So I grew up watching Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas the Hitman Hearns. So in that era, right, which I think was the 70s or so, or
70s, 80s.
yeah. So what was of those three, Hagler, Hearns, and Sugar Ray? Which one of those would you have loved to have been in the corner with while they were in their career fighting?
Sugar Ray.
Really?
Why is that?
Well,
Yeah,
I
why is
consider top 5 fighters of all time,
Yeah.
and I got a personal experience with him when he was one of the interviewers prior to the HBO and pay-per-view telecast of the gentleman that I referred to who fought on the pay-per-view right after Mike Tyson bit off Evander Holyfield's ear. So
Right.
it was beautiful to have a personal interviewing experience with Sugar Ray.
Well, is he as good of a guy as he comes across in the media, or is he, you know?
As good of a guy, yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
So, what were your thoughts about Marvelous Marvin Hagler as far as the fighter is concerned?
Incredible fighter, an incredible mindset. He used to use the phrase that's not grammatically correct, but he said destruct and destroy. He was known for that for that phrase. His mindset was a combative fighter who wouldn't quit for anything and is looking to knock out his opponent. And he had tremendous success with that mentality. And Tommy Hearns, who's currently really having medical problems. I don't know if you followed that. Yeah, he used to be not a power puncher in the amateurs, but the legendary coaches of all time, Emmanuel Stewart, worked on his form, his technique, and he became a tremendous knockout artist as a pro.
Right on. So Emmanuel Stewart's been around that long too?
He passed years ago.
Right. But he was. But yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk promoters. How shady was Don King?
Well, if I have personal knowledge of that, 3 fighters that I have trained have been promoted by Don King, including one currently who Don had set up in 2024 for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Don King changed his mind. My guy got depressed and wound up in jail. We're still dealing with that legal situation, and hopefully he could return to his career as soon as possible. But Don is going to be 94 in a few days.
And he's still promoting?
He's still active in the game. Yes.
That's crazy.
I don't hear his name anywhere. Like you don't,
because he's not one of the major promoters anymore.
Gotcha.
His hand is still in the game.
Okay.
That is so crazy.
Right.
And if my guy gets his legal situation resolved, Don King and Christy Martin were partners in promoting my guy.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. If somebody said you only had one boxer to choose, who's the best of all time?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Really?
He had it all, including charisma.
That's interesting. That's not who I
That's not who I was expecting either.
That's crazy.
Who would you guys put in that position?
I don't have as educated of guess as you do, but I would say probably Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be Floyd or Tyson.
Just because the guy never gets hit.
Well, yeah, and Jig talked about that with us. Like we asked him who his favorite boxer was, and he was like Mayweather, and we're like, why? He's like, because he's the art of being defensive. Like he just doesn't get hit. He doesn't take the big punches.
Yes.
Which I never thought of until you talk to a boxer. You don't think of that aspect of it, but the whole goal of being a boxer is to hit and not be hit. So, when he said that, it kind of made me realize, okay, well, I could see how Mayweather, sustained the career as long as he did, because legit, he never really got hit. He never really took big punches.
The little rap against Floyd that in the latter part of his career, he chose boxers that were a little bit past their prime when he fought them. So it sounds like his management and him conspired to not put Floyd in any kind of major danger, even though, he's one of the top 10 of all time.
Sure.
You can't deny that.
I never thought about that. You're right. He did fight a lot of fighters past their prime.
Manny Pacquiao, on the other hand, who just fought about a month ago.
Yeah. Really? Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Yeah.
In prime, and that was an important thing that made him stand out as one of the top fighters of all time.
What did you think about Tyson?
Well, in his earlier days, when he was worked with by the late Customato,
Yep.
then by blanking out on his name. Oh boy. The white guy that took over for Customato and really did great things with Tyson.
Yeah, I know
Those were
here.
the
Yeah,
great days.
agreed. 100% agreed.
And Don King kind of did him wrong.
Uh-huh.
There was money issues.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you've ever read uh, Mike Tyson's book. He wrote a book,
Oh.
and he claims that before some of his biggest fights, he was drinking, drugging, womanizing,
Yeah, I heard
and,
that.
and still did great in those fights.
Yeah.
But just imagine if he led a cleaner boxer's life.
Right.
So I don't know. Arguably, I may put him out of the top 10 if you consider the latter part of his career. But the early part, he was an unstoppable force
Oh,
beyond
yeah.
comprehension.
So, and again, Mike and I are big boxing fans. So obviously, I followed Holyfield too when he was, in his prime, and it was always rumored and kind of the whisper in the background was Holyfield was a dirty fighter, and that's kind of what, at least as far as I read and heard and listened to about the Holyfield Tyson ear biting fight.
Right.
From a training standpoint, was Holyfield a dirty fighter? And if so, was that kind of the reason Tyson bit his ear because he was tired of the dirty fighting coming across? Because Tyson, to me, you come up to Tyson, he'd just start throwing his punches and, he'd drop you because he was just so powerful. But when he, fighting Holyfield, because I think the height difference and the reach difference, I think there's a lot of headbutting stuff going on. Is that how you saw that in those fights with them together? And if you could get in Tyson's brain, is that why he went in and just decided to take a chunk out of the ear?
I would think that Tyson was telling the truth, that he responded to the headbutting of Holyfield. And they both had, quote unquote, dirty boxing reputations. But over and above that, Holyfield was an incredible fighter.
Yeah.
Arguably in the top 10, and Tyson, again, arguably in the top 10, particularly in the early part of his career, an incredible fighter.
Sure.
And the fact that Holyfield went up from a cruiserweight to a heavyweight and did so well,
right,
speaks very well of him and his trainers.
Yeah, agreed. What did you think about Lennox Lewis?
Oh, there's another one that's sloughed off by many people.
Right.
Yes, highly respect his technique, and unfortunately, him and Tyson couldn't get together earlier in their respective careers. So when they did get together, Lennox was just too much for Tyson.
Yeah. What about the recent heavyweight champions? What do you think about Tyson Fury?
I think he's a tremendous fighter.
Yeah.
And there's talk of him doing another fight with Usyk. I don't know if I'm in love with that. I've saw fights, and Usyk showed his superiority. But Tyson Fury, tremendous fighter, no doubt. Technically tremendous, and so awkward. His awkwardness makes him helps his game.
Sure.
What about the other one that took Tyson down, Buster Douglas?
Yes, Buster Douglas. He had his run there for a while, and apparently he was so motivated by his mother's death just before the Tyson fight. I think that carried him through that fight. What is arguably the greatest upset of all time.
Oh, yeah. Big
Absolutely.
time. I was pissed. I was so mad.
We all were. We all wanted Tyson. I was so mad
when he freaking got knocked down and just, he's crawling on the ground, grabbing his mouthpiece and trying to stand up. I'm like, no! What are you doing, man?
Just, the invincible one went down.
Yeah, it was just, we grew up in the era with pay-per-view with Tyson. It's like, okay, you're going to spend $100 for 2 minutes, and it just, that's how it was. So, from again, because you have such a long tenured history as a boxer and a trainer and a coach, how much of the legal problems actually follow the fighters? Like Tyson, Mike and I have had this discussion before about Tyson and the rape conviction, things like that. I'm a big believer. If you're going upstairs to a professional athlete's room, you know what you're getting into. So we don't have to go down that path. But is there a lot of more of legal issues with fighters that's not really out in public just because of how they grew up and where they grew up and the systems they were put into and Tyson came from a completely broken home, right? And if it wasn't for Cus D'Amato, who knows where he would have ended up in life, so he took Tyson on a better direction for his life, obviously. Do you see that a lot with boxers that are coming in and wanting to learn how to fight and they just have so much demons and stuff, surrounding them, they just can't get over that hump?
Oh yeah, I've been dealing with that in all the years that I've been working with fighters. Yes, boxer and legal problems are sometimes they go hand in hand. And
Is there techniques you've done to kind of get them to get through that and just focus on let's get you out of that part of your life and move forward to something more positive as a pugilist, as getting out there and making money and being a professional fighter?
my words are often directed in that direction, but the bottom line is the boxer has to buy it, and he has to really internalize that and not be in the legal system anymore. He has to focus on the career that he has chosen. And sometimes the trainer has to distance himself from a particular boxer if the legal problems are such that the boxer just can't shake them. But the trainer has to make a decision.
Yeah, because you don't want to go down with them.
Right?
They have to do the work, right?
Yes.
So so obviously you probably watch Rocky, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how realistic for people that have never kind of seen the true reality of a trainer and a boxer dynamic, the role that Mickey and Rocky play in the original movie, was that close to what it's truly like as a boxer trainer relationship, or was that all movie theater, movie Hollywood, fluff?
Again, yes and no. There are
Okay.
trainers who do some theatrical things, like Burgess Meredith did,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that realistic compared to other boxing movies.
Okay. Okay. So
Um,
what's a really good realistic boxing movie that you watch? Like, yes, that captures the moment.
if you could help me with the name, I'm blanking out a little bit, with Robert De Niro, Raging
Raging
Bull.
Bull.
Oh, yeah.
Raging Bull.
Great movie.
More authentic
Okay.
than
Jake
the
D'Amato, right? Was that the character, the boxer, Jake D'Amato, Raging Bull?
yes,
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Okay.
was a good one. There was one with Robert Ryan, the name of which I can't remember now, in the 40s.
Okay.
That was quite a realistic one.
Yeah.
And so, Body and Soul with the late great actor, again blanking out on his name right
That's okay.
now. Body and Soul was pretty realistic in portraying the role that the gangster world had in
Oh,
boxing.
The setup is what you were trying to think of with Robert Ryan.
Yes, the setup.
And Kevin Rooney was Mike Tyson's second.
That's it. That's the name. Yep.
so the setup was the one that kind of sheds light on the mafia's involvement in organized crime in boxing.
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to check that out.
1949. It'll be in black and white, buddy.
Sure. Well, so was Raging Bull, but that was in the what, the 60s, I think that was filmed, or 70s.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie. That was a great movie for sure. Who's the trainers that you look up to, Harold, as you were deciding to kind of get into the fight game and the training aspect? Who inspired you to do what you do?
The aforementioned
Emmanuel Stewart, Customato.
Will Stewart stands out. Ray Arcel, Arcel, who trained Roberto Duran and many.
Oh, we forgot about him.
Yeah, Roberto Duran, man. Woo! What do you think about Oscar De La Hoya?
Another good one.
As a fighter, you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, yeah.
You can tell us what you thought about him as a human too. That's fine.
He has a documentary out that I don't know if you've seen that I highly recommend.
And what's it
Very,
called?
very, it could be called Golden Boy.
Golden Boy. Okay.
Mike is checking it out.
He is. He is.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm checking you
Yeah.
out.
No, we
Harold.
know. We
Yeah.
know.
The name
Golden
is
Boy. You're right.
documentary.
Golden Boy. Golden Boy. You are correct. 2023 documentary. It's one season.
Yes.
Have to watch that.
He details in the documentary that in some of his biggest fights,
Mm-hmm.
he was drinking heavy before the fight.
He was what?
Drinking
Really?
heavily. Yes.
So
Wow.
so here's this blows my mind. Like football players, baseball players, basketball players, right? They all can kind of, be stupid and drink and shit like that before games because it's a team sport, right? You have so many supporting cast around you that, over the years it's been chronicled about the drug use in those sports and like Pete Rose's era, they would drink a pot of coffee and do speed before they went on the field, right? But you had 8 other guys playing with you. So with boxing, you're like, it's just you. It's just you standing toe to toe with somebody else whose entire goal in that moment is to knock your head off. So I can't imagine going into a fight drunk or hungover.
Yeah, there are those fighters who are so cocky, I would use that word,
Yeah.
a stupid cockiness that they think that their skills are such that whatever they imbibe would not affect their fighting ability. And sometimes that's hidden from the trainer.
Oh.
And the trainer doesn't know if a boxer drank before the fight unless it comes out during the fight that he
Sure.
does so badly.
Right.
And he asks the boxer, "Hey, what happened?" Coach, that whiskey was just too much to. And then it's too late.
That just blows my mind. Wow. Okay. Boxers getting drunk before the fight. Now, now in your career, did you ever come across somebody that actually showed up to the fight that was loopy?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay. Okay.
But
Now,
actually-
okay. Okay. So if they showed up loopy and you knew it, would you just knock them on their ass or what?
No, I mean, that's just a hypothetical. I don't know what I would face situations, frankly. Yeah.
You just have to say, I hope you know what you're doing
Yeah.
at that point.
Or another issue. Famously, women in boxing don't get along. So such that I had a fighter, the aforementioned one who fought for the world title in promoted by Don King right after the earbud incident. He famously had a argument with his girlfriend the night before a big fight. He was fighting for the state title, Florida state title.
Okay.
He was so out of it mentally that in the corner, I couldn't get through to him in between rounds. And he lost that fight to a fighter that he easily should have beaten had he not had that argument with his girlfriend the night before the fight.
It just put him into a trance.
I'm sorry?
It just put him into a trance where he wouldn't listen to anything you were saying.
Trance, yeah, his mind was so heavily on perhaps losing his girlfriend that I couldn't get through to him with my words.
And you encountered that more than once where a woman screwed up a fighter.
Oh yes. Many women resent the fact that their men are gone for so many hours during the afternoon or evening.
Sure.
Takes away from their own time together. And that resentment sometimes is perpetrated on the boxer, and he's perplexed what to do.
The same thing happens with musicians.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have to practice so much. It's the same concept. The boxer's at the gym. Nobody sees the thousands of hours that you're at the gym practicing your craft. They only see the 2 minutes it took to knock the guy out, right?
Yes. And I, as a trainer, I faced it in my own training experience. The women say, "Are you married to the gym, coach? Is that what you want?" That me? So That's a tough one. Can be a tough one.
Well, and you have to realize, I mean, at least like Mike and I were in a band for years, and that's why we can relate to that being away from home. And talking to my wife every now and then, we talk about those days in the band, and she hated it because that alone right there, we were always practicing, we were always playing a show. So I was gone, and virtually 4 or 5 nights a week.
Yes. Yes.
Even though our first date, Harold, I told her exactly what I was doing, what my intention was as far as music was concerned, that I wanted to be a rock star. That was the trajectory I wanted to go with my life. So I laid it out, date number 1, like in the first hour of the conversation. So I was like, well, you knew because I told you.
But you know what, man? Nobody can understand the concept that the three of us are discussing right now until you're in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
You can say to somebody, yeah, I have to practice 4 to 5 nights a week, and that's going to be in perpetuity. It's never going to end.
No.
And they don't understand until they've dealt with it for a year or two. Then it's like, oh, shit, I only have access to this person 1 or 2 days a week.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's how we make our living, so
sure,
it's a double-edged sword.
But
the ultimate would be if your wife wanted to get into the band.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then you have Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
We know how that worked out.
Never a good idea. Never a good idea. So how long is a training session? So you open your gym up at 4:00. I come in there to train with you. How long is our session?
Depends on the day of the week. 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are sparring days.
Okay.
So they get ready, they get loose, they shadow box, and then they spar, and they probably leave not long after they spar, or they do a floor workout after the sparring. Other days are strength and conditioning days, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Okay.
So they may spend a longer time in the gym than on a sparring day, because you take blows in sparring, and you may not want to stay that much longer. You want to go home and rest and eat.
Gotcha. So we talking 2 hours, 4 hours?
Some stay the better part of 4 hours.
Okay.
And again, there's no rule on that.
Right.
Every case is individual, and it's fine with me if they leave after I feel they've done all they needed to do on that particular day.
Right.
Talking about sparring, how much CTE have you encountered in your life?
It's a question that's unanswerable, because generally boxers, unless they're knocked out in a professional fight, do they actually get tested for concussion, and further than that. But that definitely, every time the boxer gets hit, there's definitely something that builds up in the brain. It's unavoidable, and the brightest ones know that, and the brightest trainers know that, and they know how to modulate the sparring sometimes according to that reality.
That was going to be my next question. How do you do that as a trainer?
Well, at worst, I see a guy, thank God I haven't had this situation, basically never, where the guy is stumbling on his words or can't realize what you're asking him. That's a terrible situation. But again, there's only 3 sparring days a week. I really watch how they're dealing in the ring. If I see them getting hit too much, I stop the session. I stop it and say, that's it for now. And then we go back to the world of training again, and teaching them how to avoid the reason why I had to stop the session.
The reason I asked that question, Harold, is I listen to a lot of MMA fighters talk about their training camps, and it seems more and more of them are giving up the sparring part of it.
Giving up being a sparring partner, you say?
Just sparring at all.
At all, right?
They're just doing strength and conditioning, and they'll do like jujitsu, things that are not going to require them to get kicked or hit, right? Because they claim they already know how to do that. That's why I asked that question. And you seem like you limit your sparring, so you're in the same mindset.
Oh, yeah. There are some gyms that spar 7 days a week. I'm not in that mindset. And another factor that's very interesting I have seen no conclusive medical evidence of this. In amateur boxing, when you fight, you wear a headgear. In professional boxing, of course, you don't. And my question is that, again, has not been answered to my satisfaction. Does a headgear protect the head from CTE or not? Because there's a double impact when you have a headgear. The glove hits the headgear, and then the glove hits the head.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
Yeah. Is that better than a glove just hitting a head with no headgear?
The last guy I heard talk about this said that basically he felt like it was safer without the headgear.
Okay, I've had boxers and trainers say that, yes. Headgear protects against getting cut because of how the headgear is positioned on the face. But again, does it protect against brain damage? I don't know.
Correct.
So speaking of brain damage, Muhammad Ali.
The word on him is that in his sparring, preparing for a fight, he let other boxers hit him around the head just to show his ego how tough he was.
Wow.
And this punch, but ultimately he wound up paying for that. In the real fights, especially at his peak, he didn't get hit at all, hardly. So you would think that his training really did him in.
Yeah.
You know, this whole podcast, we haven't mentioned Muhammad Ali, so
No.
where does he stack up there?
Yeah.
He was my idol growing up.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Big idol.
I think he was an idol to a lot of people who weren't even boxing fans just
Right.
because of who he was as a person, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, like that's and again, that's pre-internet, pre-social media, and he was still known around the world because of just who he was and the person he was and the character he was and his charisma and his presence alone.
Yeah,
just,
you didn't have to know one thing about boxing, and you knew who Muhammad Ali was.
Exactly. And take away the Vietnam protest part of it, he still was known as a boxer because he was so dominant in the sport. Just, George Foreman. What do you think about George Foreman, Harold?
Another great one. Jeez.
Definitely one of the top 10 heavyweights of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he recently passed before his time.
Sure.
I don't know how much CTE was involved in his passing. We never knew I've never seen the exact cause of death. Have you?
I
have not.
I have not.
See if I can find that.
So let's rattle off your top. Let's go top 5 heavyweight champions of all time.
In order or just the top five?
Just top 5.
However, just your top 5. Heavyweights. Okay.
Joe Louis.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
Larry Holmes,
Oh, I forgot about Larry
Me too.
Holmes.
who I met a few years ago. It was a pleasure to meet him.
Nice.
And number 4 would be Alexander Usyk, who recently fought and, holds victories over Tyson Fury and Daniel Dubois.
Okay.
And I think highly of Alexander Usyk. And one thing to think about in his story is that back in the 50s, heavyweights like Rocky Marciano and Floyd Patterson weighed in the 108
Marciano.
pounds. And
Forgot
Usyk,
about
coming up from cruiserweight, he fought guys who were 180, 190 when he was cruiserweight champion of the world. And because of that and the fact that he can handle heavy guys now, like Dubois was like 240, I think, when he fought him, and Tyson Fury was way up there, 280 or whatever. he's an amazing, amazing, amazing fighter, and I put him in the top 5.
Okay.
For the 5th one,
Yeah.
uh, possibly Joe Frazier, because
Okay.
as a relatively short guy and having a victory over Muhammad Ali as well, and his toughness, except for when he fought George Foreman,
Hmm.
I may have to include him in the top 5.
Okay.
That's a damn good list.
Yeah, yeah, that is a really good list.
Yes.
What about cruiserweights?
Well, my guy who's currently have legal problems, he's a
Right.
cruiserweight.
Okay.
I put uh, uh, definitely Evander Holyfield.
Okay. The real deal. Real deal Holyfield.
It was
Yeah.
Great name.
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
Marvin Hamill, who was the first cruiserweight champion of the world,
Okay.
spelled like the animal camel.
Yeah.
Aware of that guy?
No.
You could look him up.
Okay.
The cruiserweight division didn't even exist, so he was the first cruiserweight champion.
Okay.
Cruiserweight came in the 70s or the 80s. I'm not sure. They did.
Okay.
It used to be light heavyweight and then heavyweight.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And otherwise, I'm blanking out, frankly, right now on the other cruiserweights. But
That's
Holyfield got to be about the top.
Yeah. That's.
Do you have any featherweight favorites?
Willie
Little guys?
Yeah, the little guys are fun to watch.
What's his name, Harold?
Willie Pep, P-E-P.
Okay.
He was also almost impossible to hit, like Floyd Mayweather. Him and Floyd Mayweather are probably the top 5 defensive fighters of all time. This may be a legend. I don't know. I've seen yes and no on it. Willie Pep was once credited by the judges with winning a round without having thrown a punch.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you check that out. That's a
Wow.
famous about Willie Pep.
That has to be the best defensive round of boxing in the history of the world.
I'm telling you. Other featherweights who had a famous 2 or 3 fight series, Willie Pep, with a guy named Sandy Sadler, Saddler.
I've heard that name.
Great fighter. Great fighter. And I'm blanking out on other featherweights. Possibly Benny Leonard back in the 1900s,
Oh wow, never heard of him.
1920s or 30s. He was a great one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, with that said, going back in time, you just mentioned Rocky Marciano, who we hadn't talked about him either. I've heard different things about his career where he didn't fight the same kind of competition that the guys after him fought.
Yes.
And he gets credit for being one of the baddest boxers of all time, which arguably he was, but he didn't face the same kind of competition. Is that true?
I wish I had lived those days. I was alive, but I didn't live those days in the 50s when he made his mark. It looks like he had avoided some of the best fighters in the world, some of the black fighters.
That's what I heard.
Yes. So we don't know what he could have been had he faced those guys. And he also faced guys kind of at the end of their career. So we don't know. Ezra Charles, Joe Walcott. There was some big competition for Rocky Marciano that gave him great fights.
So do we put him in the same category as you're putting Floyd Mayweather in that he may have avoided certain times in his life to make his career appear better on the
Yes,
Okay.
I would put him in the same category, yes.
Okay. Which that puts it into perspective for me because I'm all about, I want the toughest competition in anything I do in life, right? You want to know, what do I measure up against, right? So when you got a guy like Tyson who fought the best, Muhammad Ali who fought the best, Joe Frazier fought the best, those guys, their legendary careers are not marked by these periods where they avoided certain situations, right?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense when you put it into perspective like that for me.
Yes. Rocky Marciano was supremely conditioned. He did what was needed to perform well. Uh, tough guy, hard puncher. He had all those things, but again, the element of avoiding competition is in the picture.
Yeah, it's very important.
So, what do you think about the Klitschko brothers?
Klitschko?
Oh, I love their efforts.
Yeah.
Highly recommend them. They may be just outside the top 5 heavyweights of all time, but very respectable heavyweights.
Which
They
one?
are bad dudes.
Which one do you think was better?
I liked Vitaly better than Vladimir.
Okay, and why is that?
Vladimir was famously worked with by Manuel Stewart
Right.
later in his career.
Yeah.
And Vitaly, I think, had the more skill.
Okay. Okay, I could see that. Both good fighters, though. I like the Klitschko brothers. I like Lennox Lewis too. He was a good. He was always enjoyable to watch. As were
Oh, yes.
Agreed.
And, you know. What about
How many fighters do
yeah.
you train at one time, Harold?
Oh, good question.
It varies through the years.
Like when you were in your prime, when you first started training, say you're 5 years into your career, you got a good handle on what you're doing, you're being successful. How many guys would you take on at a time?
Whoever was in the gym who wanted to get serious about it, I took on.
Okay.
I couldn't answer the question numerically because it depends. And another factor is that for many years of the boxing club, I've been doing it for 40 years
Yeah.
in Sarasota. We recently had our anniversary celebration in June.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it just depends. It depends on who's in the gym. For many years, since I was the only trainer, I worked with everyone, amateurs and pros.
Cool.
Now we have 8 different trainers in the gym.
Wow.
Not every day do they come in. I'm the only one who's there 7 days a week. But we have trainers who are there 5, 6 days a week.
Wow.
Others 3, 4 days a week. And they also are involved in the training with particular guys. Sometimes the same trainer works with multiple guys. And, there's an ego situation, unfortunately, with trainers that I did not have to face when I was the only trainer in the gym.
Right.
Sometimes trainers feel that they have the knowledge that a boxer can take advantage of, and they don't want other trainers to work with the guy they're working with. So I've never had these problems until recent years because I was the only trainer in the gym.
Have you ever trained any women?
Oh, good question.
Well, the woman who won the world title that I spoke of
You told
earlier,
us that, damn it.
Yep.
she was the most famous one that I trained. And there's always women that I've worked with through the years. Oh, yes.
Now, is there a different approach to training them, or is technique?
Technique is technique. No different whether you have a penis or a vagina. I work with the same technique with both sexes. Yes.
That's good.
Okay, now I got to know this because I don't know the rules because I don't watch a lot of women's boxing. Sorry, women. I just somehow don't watch a lot of it. It's not that I don't even enjoy it. I don't happen upon it, right?
They're such entertaining fights, though, Mike.
And the ones that I do see, I enjoy. I just don't see a lot of them.
Yeah.
Is it illegal to punch him in the boob?
Well, they wear a chest protector around the boobs, and no, it's not illegal. You get just that you have to go, the other girl has to go for it. Both girls have to go for it in the legal area, anywhere from the waist to the forehead where it meets the top of the head, and halfway. If you could cut a body in halfway, you can't hit a boxer in the back legally.
Right.
But halfway around the waist, all the way up, is legal.
Okay.
So you can hit him in the side, right?
In the side, yes.
Okay. Well, it seems like other than the head, going for the boobs would be a good place to go because, they always say that's super sensitive. That's got to hurt like hell.
Well, I've seen women boxers go for the boobs, and actually they're a bust as a boxer.
Really?
Bump.
That
Well, and
was-
they wrap. You got to wrap those things down, right? Like your.
Yeah, he said they got a chest protector.
Oh, okay.
Pulling them
Okay,
tight.
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. You would
That I
think.
did not know. That makes a lot more sense.
yes.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite female boxer of all time?
I would say the one that I'm associated with in terms of her promoting with Don King, my cruiserweight,
Okay.
Christy Martin. Christy Martin.
Okay. Yep. I remember
And-
Christy Martin.
And she was promoted by Don King. That's where she
Yep.
has the long association with Don King.
Sure.
And Layla Ali.
I was going to ask. Yeah. I was waiting for Layla Ali to come up because obviously she
Christy
had.
Martin fought
yeah.
Layla Ali.
Yeah.
And she had to go, she had to put on, actually, she wore, the story goes that Christy, when she got on the scales before the fight, she actually put some stuff to make her heavier so the fight would look more legal
Okay.
than it would had she actually got her regular weight against Layla.
So
Layla
she-
was a big girl.
Yeah. So Christy keistered some weights.
When she weighed in against Layla, yes.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. That's crazy. Who won? I don't remember who won that, but did Ali win that one?
Yeah, Ali won that.
Okay.
She really punished Christy that night. That's a fight that I wasn't in love with. If I had been Christy's trainer, I don't know if I. But the money, she got $1 million for the fight, Christy.
But
So
they
it's
didn't.
tough to pass up.
Yeah.
I'll
but-
get my ass kicked for $1 million.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But
All right, can I set that up?
You can, Harold. Let me know where to be.
Yeah, yes.
I'll be the
Florida.
I'll be
If
the
you could-
undercard. I'll be the undercard, Harold, so we can double dip you.
I have a musician who weighs probably what you weigh, so we'll make that happen.
I'm the same weight as Jig, but Jig looks like he's 200 pounds.
Uh-huh.
That still fascinates me. I asked Jig, or Chris did, how much do you weigh? I think Chris did. How much do you weigh? And he says 154. I'm like, I'm 154, but I look like a skeleton, and he looks like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to hit the weights, Harold.
Yeah.
So we got a few more minutes here left, Harold. Who's the fastest hand speed boxer you've ever watched?
Great question.
Oh, a lot of contenders there.
Yeah.
Some of the best would be Hector Camacho.
Yes. Oh, I forgot about
Hector.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm the macho man. I'm the macho man.
Right.
Joe Camacho.
Yeah.
Roy Jones Jr.
Yes.
Oh,
I forgot about Roy Jones, man. Dang it.
Incredible hands.
Yeah.
A prime Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And those three come to mind.
Okay. Now, what about the power punchers? Who's your top 3 power punchers? And it doesn't matter what division, but just somebody that when you knew they throw that one punch, that was it if it connected.
Sonny Liston.
Yo.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Sonny.
This is the
George
benefit of time.
Foreman.
Yes.
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis. Okay. So Tyson wasn't in that as a power puncher.
Tyson, of course. Yes.
Right. Well, I said top 3 though, so you gave your top 3, but that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Did Foreman and Tyson ever fight? I don't remember.
They did not. No.
Okay. Who do you think would have won
No,
that
'cause-
fight?
Ooh. A toss-up. A prime
Yeah.
George Foreman and a prime Tyson.
Yeah.
Tyson would be giving up quite a few inches in
Yeah.
height,
Yeah.
reach,
Uh-huh.
but Tyson had a way of out-jabbing guys who were sometimes 6'6", because as he's famously said, and as Customato trained him, a jab is more a matter of timing than the length of your arm.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So
to know.
he got in, which is some of my verbiage when I train a fighter. How quickly can you get from where you are now till you touch the opponent's chin? How quick can you get in?
Yeah.
I'm always telling my boxers to be first.
Yeah.
From my years in boxing, whoever punches first usually is the winner of the fight.
Really?
Yes.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. You're the more the aggressor of yeah.
Yeah.
aggressor.
The other boxer, if
Okay.
you're first, he has to react
Okay.
instead
He's
of
always
at.
defending, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Jig taught us something when he was on the show, because I asked him, when you're standing toe to toe with your opponent, my assumption was you're looking at the head, you're looking at the waist. His answer was the feet. He looks at the feet and how their feet are. He determines what kind of boxer they're going to be.
He said he wants to know if the guy can move or not.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
totally made sense.
I have a different take on that question.
That's why I asked it.
I like my boxers to look at the upper chest
Okay.
instead of the eyes. I think the eyes can be deceitful.
Agreed.
You look at the chest, you can see, especially if you scan, like when you're driving a car, very similar. You could make a case boxing and driving are very similar in many ways.
Okay.
As a driver, you're constantly scanning to the left, to the right, to know what's on the left of you, what's on the right of you, so you can avoid danger. As a boxer, you're scanning the chest, and you could see better than looking at the eyes if the boxer is about to throw a right or a left.
Now, in Jig's defense, he said that's what he looks at first.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he wants to know if the guy can move or not.
You say the feet, right?
Yeah, he said he looks at the guy when he gets in the ring. I think Chris asked him specifically that
Okay.
question, like, what are you looking at? And he said, I'm looking at his feet first because I want to know if he can move. A lot of guys are lead-footed, he said. They just
You mean
stand.
what, as he first gets in the ring before they get into action, or as he's boxing?
I think as he starts boxing, that was the first thing that he
Okay.
said he looks at, is to see if the guy, he wants to know if the guy can move with him or not.
Okay, I wonder how he reconciles that. I haven't spoken to Jig
He
about.
reconciles it real well because he knocks everybody right the fuck out.
Yes.
Excuse my French.
Yeah, you shouldn't say the word Jig.
No, because I don't want him to knock me out.
Well, right on, Harold. Harold, what's the name of the boxing studio you train out of?
Sarasota Boxing Club.
Okay, so if anybody wants to take up boxing, they need to go see Harold at the Sarasota Boxing Club in Florida?
Yes, they do. On Google, they could find out the hours and where we're located.
Awesome. What is it now? If somebody just wanted to come in and just train as a boxer, not box, is that something a boxing gym allows?
Oh, yeah. We have every type of category,
Okay.
everything you could think of, from people who want to be competitive and a world champion, all the way to people who are overweight and they want to lose weight, or they don't want to be bullied,
Right.
or just get a workout to help their physical condition.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've always thought about training as a boxer just for the in shape. For
When can you come in?
Say, well, it'll take me a while, Harold.
Oh.
He's going to start pedaling his bicycle right now. Hey, there's somebody behind you.
There it is. It's the Amazon guy.
I can't ever let that go, Harold. I almost let him die one day.
Oh.
I've never heard the end of it.
Not
Well,
really.
we all need people behind us.
We do. Harold, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. You're a genuine human being. I can't imagine you having any type of ego when you're in that Sarasota boxing gym training your athletes. Mike and I love boxing, so this show's afforded us the ability to actually talk to a boxer and now talk to somebody who's behind the scenes for 40 years. So I'm sure I can't speak for Mike, but this has been a great opportunity to talk to you, to kind of pick your brain and just get your knowledge and experience was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you so much
Appreciate
for
it.
coming on.
Appreciate it.
Really,
You're welcome.
really nice to meet you. And we always appreciate somebody who's achieved the pinnacle of their career, right? And making it to the Boxing Hall of Fame as a trainer, and having trained somebody who's won a world title, I would say you've achieved the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. And
When can I get a copy of this?
Once we get done, we'll explain all that to you.
Okay.
And I want to shout out and thank Ash for hooking us up with Harold as well as Jig, because you wouldn't be
Thank
here
you,
without
Ash.
Ash.
Thank you, Ash and
Thank you,
Jig.
Ash.
Love you guys.
Don't sign off yet. When we sign off the show, stay on your phone, because we won't be live anymore. We want to make sure everything gets uploaded properly.
Okay.
We close every show with this. If you're having a bad day, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling suicidal, don't do it. Somebody will miss you. Somebody loves you. Don't leave a hole in somebody else's heart. Mike and I have both experienced people who have taken their own lives. It's a drag. It sucks. It's the pain that that you leave behind is overwhelming. So just be mindful of that. Reach out to somebody. Somebody does love you. Somebody will miss you. Wake up tomorrow. It's going to be a better day, I assure you. For Mike Michaels, I'm Chris Dunham. He's Harold, the rockin', Hall of Fame coach, boxing trainer, guru, specialist, Sarasota Boxing Gym in Florida. Google him. Check him out. Until next time, everybody. See ya.
Peace.
Peace. All right, don't sign out yet.
Moment, listen to your sin, fight the battle.